and today I'm interviewing George Winfield. So let's get right into it.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet y'all.
Yep. So first of all, let's start off with your height.
I'm 6'3",
All right. What class you're in?
class of 2022, so I'm graduating this year.
All right. Position.
Offensive line, defensive line.
All right. So let's get to know you a little bit. Who or what inspired you to play football and why?
Oh, that's a good one. Growing up, I had an older brother that loved football. One of the top receivers in the region. So, looking at him inspired me a lot because since he was at Lake Central, if anybody's familiar with that, they're public with everywhere. So they always have videos and pictures and all that. So seeing him do like just get noticed by everybody was such like so great and so different for me to see because I was so used to being like on a game or YouTube, and then seeing my brother just dominate football and then getting his name in the headlines and stuff like that inspired me to give it a try myself.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Um, so what are your hobbies outside of football? Music or anything?
Oh, huh. I love playing a video game. That's one of the things I never got away from when I was little. So I love playing the game.
Of course.
I love going out. I don't like being inside the house. So whether it's like a cafe or bowling or just something like that, get out the house, like doing that. And then another thing I'll say, I love basketball. I don't play basketball
Ooh.
as a sport, but basketball is one of the most funnest things you could do with just a whole group of people. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love basketball, baseball, and football, so I can totally understand that one. What type of video games do you like to play, man?
So, I'm very wild in my genre. Of course, I love my shooter games. But I'll say like more like adventurous, like sandbox type of games, like Gmod and like Minecraft. I like those games a lot too.
Hey, all right, that's a good answer. So, also let's get to know you a little bit more. So I know that you mentioned a little bit about foster care. Do you want to say a little bit about that?
Yeah, so during my younger years, I didn't really do much myself. I would literally be in front of the Xbox like 10 plus hours a day. I want to go to school that much, and I didn't see an issue with it being that young. But looking back at it now, things that went, it was a reason why. But I got the call that I was gonna head into the foster care system at like age 13, I want to say, and my life changed from there. Like I said, I didn't do much like at all. I used to be a couch potato for real. So I would be on the couch playing a game, just doing nothing. So, I was on probation for truancy, which means not going to school.
Oh
I
wow.
had very bad grades. I would fail every class. So, making that huge jump from having to be put into a house with people like you don't know at all was a huge thing for me. But I thank it because it gave me lots of character and just it made me develop into the person I needed to be. I was blessed to be put in one of my homes and throughout my whole tenure of being in foster care, which was like age 13 to 17, I
Wow.
was put in four different houses. But two of those houses were just great and just taught me everything. They taught me about care about self hygiene, have your confidence up all the time, focus on grades. They're the ones that actually put me into football. They actually pushed me to do football. I always wanted to do football, but I always was scared to do it. But my second home put me in football and basketball and other sports for the year to keep myself busy. So I give lots of credit to foster care. I always hear bad stories about it, but I was blessed myself to have a good experience with it. But others, I can't say the same for. So I like bringing up a lot so people can understand that no matter the circumstance you're in, life will always get better. You just got to put your mind to it and just work and just pray to God. So yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's what an amazing story. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us, man. So, how do you think that made you better as an athlete? I mean, you already talked about that a little bit, but I want to hear you elaborate on that a little bit more.
Yeah, so like I said, I had to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So, like I said, I didn't get to choose where I got to be placed at, or I didn't get to choose what I could eat or things like that. So it's kind of thing like with football in this sense. Coming in freshman year, I always wanted to play tight end or just something like that, but I was big, so I got put at lineman, and I was uncomfortable with it. I didn't like it. I didn't think I was big enough. I thought I was too fast to play lineman, but you know, being in foster care taught me, to be comfortable being uncomfortable because I was thankful enough to just stick through it. It was a long time, getting used to it, but at the end of the whole process, I'm a state lineman. I made three all state, made the all region team, and I wouldn't have thought that 4 years ago when I was first being put out of the position I didn't want to play. So be uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is not a bad thing at all. It builds character and it builds you and develops you up. So that's probably the biggest thing.
Wow. That's great. I really like that, man. Such a smart dude. So, one thing that I would like to, so I kind of went over this, but who's your favorite NFL player? I forgot to ask you that.
There's many selections for me personally because my answer it seems like they always change every day.
Yeah, it could
At
be
the
current
current,
or all time.
yeah, I would say all time. Dang, that's hard. I would say all time for me personally would have to be Antonio Brown, which is it's a very controversial answer with everything that's been happening lately. But man, I was a Steelers fan during the great era of him, Big Ben, and Le'Veon Bell, and it's sad to see him go out like the way he is now. But man, he was for sure making the Hall of Fame back in 2016 and 17 before all this stuff he did happen. But that's for sure my favorite. By far my favorite player right now at the moment.
Yeah, Antonio Brown, man, back when he was on the Steelers, baller. I mean, people don't understand, how just of an all around player he was.
Yeah, man, AB was complete. It's true to say, but your favorite college receiver, your favorite receiver in the NFL probably looked at the AB. Like his route running was crispy, his hands were on point, his speed was just burners. And like I said, it's sad to see how he is now. But I mean, he still has a chance in the NFL. It's just we gotta see how it turns out. But AB had some great potential to be the best receiver. Sadly, he can't do that no more. But he's still a great. So gotta give my flowers to him.
Yeah, yep, I like that answer. So, first of all, I wanted to congratulate you to committing to Marion University, man.
Mm, thank you, thank you.
Dude, that's so cool. How cool of an experience is that for you, just to be able to commit to such a good school?
It's amazing. Like I said before, a couple of years ago, I did not think I'd be in the position I am at all right now. So, growing up, seeing all like the athletes and stuff like that commit, but to actually pick where I get to play at and spend my next 4 years at is insane. Because for me personally, I didn't think college would be like a big thing in my life to pursue, but football just made me fall in love, and I just wanted to keep playing football. So to have a team interested in me, a college interested in me to come play football at their school and come be a student and learn more knowledge for 4 years and get paid like they're paying for a lot of my school. That's amazing. Like I'm beyond blessed to have that for me. So it's crazy. It's a real moment. I'm still putting that in my head now, but to actually wake up every day and be like I'm gonna be at Marion in a couple of months is insane.
Yeah, that sounds so amazing. That just again, congratulations, man. So
Thank you.
another thing that I'd like to ask is, what does like a normal day of training look like for you?
Well, I'm still in school myself, so currently I usually wake up, around like 6:50 ish, because I live a couple minutes away from the school, so I usually wake up 6:50, take my vitamins, brush my teeth, do all my hygiene stuff in the morning and stuff like that. Then I'll go to school usually for 2:30, and then once I'm out of that, right now I'm doing track currently, so I usually go in the weight room for about 40-50 minutes, so probably like 3 to 4, and then after that, since I do track, I'll go outside and go throw shot put and discus and do that for like another hour, and then end at 5, and then come home. I kind of like reading and journaling a little bit to keep the mind healthy. So I do that for a little bit, and then probably end off that like 6, and then I have this goal of doing like 25, 25, 25 of push ups, sit ups, and crunches. So I do that before I do anything else after my journaling, and then just relax for the rest of the night.
All right, nice. So do you think? So how do you think track has impacted you positively, especially as a football player? Like, do you think this helped a lot?
Oh yeah, by far. Of course, football and track are two different sports, but the lessons you can learn from both, could help you in both playing fields. Track is at least for this year as I'm learning. It teaches humbling moments. Since my first year doing track, I'm not going to be like the other kids that have doing it for 4 years. So stepping into the zone with 4 year returners, and getting humbled by them, and, getting beat by a lot, it humbles you, but it also makes you want to work harder and, grind more. So I would say just getting humbled and then learning to bounce back from an L and then, come back and take a dub. That's probably one of the biggest things I've learned from track this year that could help me in football and just sports in general. So Yeah, because there's some people out here, man. There's people that launch the shot put and discus a lot more than I do. So, I get humbled right away from them. But like I said, like, I keep my head down, go back in the weight room, watch film, and see what I could figure out on different techniques and tips I could try to do, and then go back out at the next track meet. I go against them, and boom, just compete.
Yeah. So, obviously, as a senior, you're going off to Marion soon. So, I know you have a couple of friends on the team, like TJ Caldwell, of course.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
so, is that a little bit hard for you to, kind of, I guess, drift away?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things I'm trying to learn to accept. With me graduating, is I'm not going to see all these guys every day as I was before. So kind of saying bye, Terrell and some of the other people I hope you interview soon. It's kind of made me tear up a little bit, but it's sad. It's sad to say goodbye, to people that you've built bonds with for years or even just months, because the friendships and relationships that sports just bring is just nothing can compare to that. So saying bye to my boys after all these months of us training and busting our behind is going to be sad, but at the same point, I get to see TJ and everybody else eat. It's going to be amazing seeing Terrell get D1 offers and going
Of
to
course.
college visits and taking pictures, and same with my other boys too that are hungry. It's gonna be great. I got a lot of boys that are working right now to make that a reality. So kind of stepping away from that and seeing them doing it on their own is kind of saddening. But like I said, I'm always a phone call away, a text away from them. So I'm not gone fully, but just taking a break from them. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you sound like a great teammate, but let's talk about, your future at Marion. So, what are you most excited for in going to
Whew.
Marion?
Of course, football. If
Yeah.
if you don't know, or any of the viewers don't know, Marion is NAIA, so it's not NCAA. It's like in the whole entire league of its own. So usually the rankings go D1, NAIA, and D2 are parallel, and then D3 is right below them. And I'm going to a very stacked NAIA. They've been to the championship, I believe, 3 times since them being built in the 2000s. So they definitely know what what they're coaching over there, and it's a program that wins. I'm gonna come back in a couple of years, flexing my rings I got, because, like I said, they just dominate, whether it be their conference or just whoever opponent they face, they do good. So to head into a program full of winners and coaches that just love winning, the demand greatness. It's great. So, and plus, coming from Calumet with this year's batch of coaches that already put that greatness into us, going to a college program that further instills the greatness, it's gonna be amazing to experience. I'm looking forward to it the most. Football, and then like I said, I'm not much into academics as the next person is, but I'll say also, getting more knowledge is never a bad thing. Of course, there'll be some things I'll pick myself instead of doing, what I'm gonna do. But getting knowledge is not, it's not a bad thing. So going to Marion and getting some more knowledge over these past couple of years is going to be a good thing to do.
All right. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see you at Marion. That's going to be a cool experience for you. I'll definitely have to watch some games, man.
Definitely, yeah. Like I said, whenever I figure out the schedule and stuff like that, I'll send it over and I'll make sure to post it so everybody can see. But yeah, man, and, like, Marion's serious. Like, they broadcast everything, and they always have Twitter. They're active, and just it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a ride for sure.
Yeah. So, let's get into you more as an O lineman. So, what would you say is your best attribute as an O lineman?
I'll say definitely my speed. Um, like I said, I play online D line, so the speed, of course, I had to have speed to play D line. So using that speed on O line helps me because, sometimes, the other guy will be super outside of me or very tight inside of trying to be paused. But I use that speed to just charge them. Or when I pull, I just use my speed and just get to them right away. So I'll say that's probably my biggest attribute is using my speed against the slow big boys that can't run.
Oh, that's a good answer. So, what type of style do you think like that you play like as an O lineman? Like are you like a guy who just pancakes guys or
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll say a pancaker for sure. Of course, it's gonna be different now because I'm in college with, like 22-year-olds that have been doing this for 8 years, but that doesn't mean the pancakes are gonna stop. But personally, I'll pay a pancaker and then a speedster at Lyman.
Okay, that's a unique match, but man, that's gonna be a terrorizing match. You know, having the speed and the strength.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so real quick, I'm just gonna let you know that you're a little bit laggy right now. So I mean, I can still hear you well, but like it's a little
Mm.
delayed. So but that's not a big problem. You know, I can still hear you fine, so it's not gonna
Yeah.
be that big of a problem.
Okay,
Um,
thankfully, yeah.
yeah. So um, so now, like, what is like your favorite part of being an O lineman? You know, is it like the experience, getting to pancake people?
Yeah, the experience is fun. Like I said before, the whole brotherhood of football is especially big in linemen. So we'll have group chats of us making plans to hang out outside of football. Go hoop on the weekend or going out to go eat something like somewhere. It's just the whole brotherhood of linemen is just insane because some of these guys will be invited to my wedding. So it's cool to you know play for a team, of course, but it's also cool to meet the people that have the same goals and ambitions as you, but also have a whole unique personality of their own. So
Yeah,
I'll say, lineman's fun, but the people you meet while being a lineman are so different compared to every other position in my own personal opinion.
yeah, that brotherhood is really strong. You know, I've seen it with some of the guys in the high school, that's a little bit above me. So I've seen it like I'll see those guys out at the court just playing and having fun all the time. It's
Exactly.
just a unique thing you see even off the court or off the field. You know.
Hmm.
So one of the things I'd like to ask you, have you met any of your teammates virtually or physically on Marion?
Yeah. So because colleges have signing days, so you got to have your commitment in a certain place, like submitted in. So usually throughout the whole day, a lot of Marion commits like search up hashtag committed to Marion or just things of that nature, and we would find kids that committed to Marion like we did, and then just add them. So we would add them on Twitter. Then it would go from getting their number, then put them in a group chat, then getting like their Instagram and Snapchat and all that, and just talking on there. We have two group chats right now. We have one with the big boys that's like 20 plus linemen, and then we have like another one just full of every single position that committed to Marion. It's like 40 plus. So yeah, we're definitely talking to each other. All coming together when stepping away from high school is hard from jumping to college. So having those guys to lean on, once we get to Marion ourselves is going to be a huge thing for every single one of us. So definitely have to stay connected. So yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge part of being a successful team is the brotherhood, the chemistry on that team, because your coaches are going to push you really hard, and then you got to be able to be tight and get through it together.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's one of the things I learned in high school, man. You got to lean back on your brother sometimes. So got to build these bonds now. Even if it's awkward at first, it will develop a lot more over time. So again, because chopping up with the big boys now, and then some of the big boys at that committed to Marion are actually going to play in the All Star game with me. So I'll be meeting them for the weekend since we're getting a hotel. So yeah, man, the
Cool.
networking and connecting is fun. So yeah.
Yeah, I just got like a notification on my thing that our internet is not stable.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this I can't lie. The connection is but shoot, we're getting some good things in though. Trust.
Hey, yeah, all right. I mean, as best as we could, do you want to try to break down some film?
Uh, if anything, we can do it a different day. Like I said, I don't know how it's getting out here because it's getting more windier. So I don't want to push the luck too much. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
But yeah, for sure. I'll definitely, like I said, if you're down to do it again, I can do it sometime. I'm at the crib, or even doing it with. I can even get some of the big boys that played this year on the line. Just have all them up, and we just go through our films together. Something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely do that. So I think so I mean it was great talking to you. Could you stay on here for a little bit after just kind of like talk about some things? But yeah, it was great talking
Yeah.
to you, man. Guys, everybody gotta check this guy out. I'll link his Instagram and his Instagram. He's a baller. Um,
Yes, sir.
check him out at Marion. You know when he gets there. Everybody showing some love, and yeah, great interview.
Thanks for having me. And then for all the people watching, just know the show did not end. It's gonna keep going at Marion. It's gonna get higher and higher and higher. All I gotta say.
Ooh, okay, and I love to end it off with this question. What do you have to say for younger guys who are coming up trying to play football or any sport?
Ooh, there's a lot I could say. Um, One of the things I will say is don't doubt yourself because you got to become aware of who you are as a person. And with that being said, a lot of kids come in and they think they're gonna dominate day one, or they see other kids that are even higher than them that are the same grade or age. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like we're each our own individual person, and you can't look at somebody else and think, oh, I should be doing that. Don't compare yourself because, like I said, it's a grind for everybody. It takes time and progress for all of us at Calumet, Lake Central, every other school in the whole world. We all took time. We didn't just jump in right away and dominate. So I would say when you come in, look up to your higher ups and ask the seniors, juniors, coaches, do whatever you can, but never doubt yourself or limit yourself to what you could be doing. So I think
Yeah. All right. Yep. That was our interview. So, yep. I'll see y'all later.